Hi, this is Coding Class with MasterHun, and today I'm going to talk about variables. It is one of the fundamental coding concepts. You have to understand what are variables. Variables, the way that I explain and teach, it would be just as for both children and for adults. The best way to explain a variable is to think of it as a box with a name or label you use to hold a value. Okay, if you can follow along with me, if you see I'm moving my cursor around and I've highlighted my definition. A variable is a box with a name or label you use to hold a value. One of the fundamental coding concepts you have to understand. Now we are inside the SoloLearn app, available both for Android and iOS. Also, you could just use it on the web, on your desktop or laptop or tablet. Very convenient. I am not sponsored by sololearn.com. Actually, I sponsored them. I relatively recently, after I've been using it for many months, they had a sale and I gave them, I paid $30 for 1 year, for the whole, for 12 months, for a 12-month subscription. So I'm paying them. They're not paying me. I'm paying them. I'm sponsoring them. So don't get any strange ideas. Okay, we live in amazing times. Just to make it quick, we live in amazing times. I'm teaching you how to code in Python on my phone, and I'm recording myself teaching you how to code in Python on my phone. We live in amazing times, and just recently I turned 50, so I went to college. I got a degree in computer science at Hunter College in CUNY, New York City. Before the internet was available in the mid 90s. Before the internet was widely available to most people. The internet, of course, did exist many decades before the mid 90s, but it was only during the late 90s when the internet actually became more and more available to average people. But anyway, let's get back to variables. So follow along with me on my cursor, and I'm just going to move myself here. You can see on at my cursor we have an example of an integer variable. Integer variable. Also, you can think of it as a whole number. So no decimals, just a whole number. So for example, I'll highlight this, and we see at line 14, we can see I have already coded all this before. We have num1. It's number, obviously, and I have assigned it the value of the 5, the whole number 5, the integer 5. Now, if you've never done any coding before, so I'm highlighting it right now. This equal sign is not an equal sign. In coding, two equal signs is the equal sign. I hope I haven't confused you. When we code, and this is Python actually, Python 3. In Python 3 and a lot of other coding languages, the equal sign, what we normally think of as the equal sign, is actually what we call the assignment operator. Basically, instead of left to right, you need to read it right to left. And what's happening is we're taking this 5 and we're putting inside a box called named num1 or labeled num1. So try to imagine a box with a label that says num1, and inside the box we're putting this value, this value of 5. Now, okay, so line 14, what does this line 14 does? It actually after the Python interpreter executes line 14, this is actually when it creates the box. Now, okay, so after line 14, it creates a box, but how are we supposed to know what's inside of it? You won't. You only know once we print or output or display what's inside the box. So we need this print command to show us what is inside the box. So I'm going to run this code and we'll get an output. And okay, so we see the output here. And that's the first thing. We see a 5. Okay, so we had a command. Line 14, we created a variable with the label or name num1, and we put the value 5 inside, and then we outputted it. Line 15, we outputted or displayed or printed what was inside the variable. So we actually can know what's inside. Otherwise, without these print commands, we would have absolutely no idea what's going inside, because we as human beings, we cannot see inside the computer, or rather my smartphone. Oops, what is this? Okay. Okay, now, why do we have these hashtags? What is all these hashtags? I got a hashtag here, line 16 and line 7. What is these hashtags? In Python, hashtag tells the Python interpreter that not to do anything, actually. Tells it to just skip this. Okay, so we saw the result. I created in line 14 and 15. Line 14, I made a variable num1, and line 15, I printed or outputted or displayed what was inside the variable. Now, if I backspace over this, get rid of this hashtag, oh, what happened? Okay, now what is this all about, right? Line 16. What is line 16 doing? Line 16 is actually, what I'm doing is I'm adding 1 to num1. So here, we go back to line 14, num1 num1 is the name of the variable, and we put the value 5 inside. And now here, this is where we actually add a 1 to num1. So what's happening here? So again, we have to read from right to left, not left to right. So we take what's in num1. If you follow along with the cursor, we're adding plus, we're adding, I'm sorry, it's not a 1, it's actually, I'm sorry, it's a 3. We're adding a 3, so we added 3, so num1 has a 5. Now we're telling the Python interpreter to add 3, the value 3, another integer, whole number, add them together. So on this side, add them together, and then put whatever that is, which is 8, obviously, and then put it inside num1, the variable num1, the box num1. Now, so we do that. Can we see anything? We can't. So what do we need to do? We need another print command. So we need another print so that we can see what is inside num1. Okay, I'm going to run this again. And okay, now we can see, if you can see there, first we had a 5. Num1 was 5. That was the value that we signed it. And then now it's 8. Okay, because we added 3 to it. Okay. Okay, so we created, at line 14, we created the variable num1. line 15, we displayed, printed, outputted what was inside num1, so we as human beings would know what was inside. And here we got a little fancy, and we added 3 to what was in num1, and we changed the value. We put a different new value inside of it. And line 17, we wanted to see what's inside it. Because something had changed, we wanted to see if anything had changed. So we use this print command to show us what's in num1. Okay. So we learned a lot today. We learned how to create a variable. We learned the print command. We learned how to add a value to a variable to change it, because that's why we call them variables, because they vary, they change. And we displayed the result. Okay, I think we're just going to end it here. Thank you for watching coding class with MasterHun. Please come again, and we're going to continue we're going to learn in the next episode. We're going to learn about floating point numbers with decimal points, and we're going to learn about strings, or what you would normally call text. And we will also eventually get to booleans, true and false, the true and false variable. Okay, thank you very much, and see you again soon.